Welcome, welcome, rabble rousers, change makers, wonderful people. My name is Leanne Reagan. We are here in the present moment, or maybe it's your future self watching this in the future, for easy peasy tech tools to save your sanity at work and at home. So I'm delighted that you're here. I want to give you a big, like, you made it, you carved out time. That's the hardest part, right? Is just remembering to show up. And so just delighted that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You belong. Let me know in the chat, how many roundtables have you been to? Is this first? Have you been here before? Let me know in the chat. And welcome to all the folks who've just joining us. Welcome to Adela, Ian, Jelena, Idia, Mike, Monfer, Sobhe. Oh, okay, we've got lots of first timers. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And if it's your first or your fifth or whatever, know that you are most welcome. As I mentioned, my name is Leanne Reagan, and I tend to work in these three areas as a quick introduction. So I do lots of work, change makers, mission-driven folks, like UN folks, for example, in working better together. So it's all those things like conflict resolution, communication, change management, creativity, collaboration that can really make your work easy or at least more, a little bit more easier, or can really stop things in their tracks. So I do lots of team building for teams. I'm headed to Mombasa next week, actually, for a week with a team. I also do a lot of digital engagement work. So that's what we're doing today. With tech tools to bring you some ease and much deserved ease and efficiency. And then I also work with subject matter experts who need to learn how to design and deliver really sticky, engaging, interesting, impactful workshops. So that's a little bit about me. Know that we members asked for this. So I started a LinkedIn Learning and Development Roundtable group. So you can see that in the chat in just a second here. So if you wish, please feel free to join. I'm happy to gift my Band Boring online meetings course to folks who join today. So feel free if that's of interest. Also, these are all things to help you get the most out of today. So I know your time is precious. You probably have many plates in the air spinning and full. So I really want this to be for you. So please participate, ask questions, offer comments, offer your wisdom. I know that there's a lot of experience and wisdom in our wonderful community here, so please feel free to share in the group. Also, I get this question at all the roundtables. If you are a member, rather, you will get access to all of the resources. So a second here, you'll get access to all of the resources. I usually send those out be early next week. I try to get them out as fast as I can. I know some people are like, man, where are they? And welcome to the folks that are just coming in. So if you are not a member, and signing up, like RSVPing to come to a meeting, is not the same as signing up to become a member. So if you do want to get the resources, you can click on that link there and know that it's free. And then you get access to all 10 years of roundtable resources. Can you believe it? We've been doing this roundtable for 10 years. So if you do want to sign up, feel free to do that. Welcome to Adela's just joining us. And also next month, I'm so excited about this. I can't really believe it. We are celebrating the 100th roundtable. The 100th roundtable. So I've been collecting lessons, 100 life lessons by next month. We're already over 100 because I've been adding to it, which is fantastic. So if you're a member, you will have been getting those emails every week with 7 additional life lessons. So watch for that. What else? Also, I always ask for your input, your feedback. It's really important to me that I'm serving you as well as I can. So at the end of today, I'll share a feedback link to a survey, and you get a little surprise at the end of the survey. And you also get entered to win my Ban Boring Online Meetings course. So I'll announce last month's winner at the end of today. So watch for that. And also, I know, it's one thing to sign up for a roundtable. Welcome, John. Lovely to have you here. It's a whole other thing to remember what you've learned. So I have every roundtable, I kind of rotate 3 different tools. And this month it's my Quite worksheet. So if you are interested in a different tool to curate your learning to help you remember, feel free to download this. It helps you kind of be in charge of your learning and remember what you're learning. So once you download it, it becomes editable. So feel free if that's of interest. And now I want to turn it over to you. So if you are able to, I'm just going to stop the screen share for a second. Please turn on your cameras just for a minute. So turn on your cameras, and on the count of 3, I will invite you. Hey, Niall. Oh, it's so nice to have you here. Welcome. On the count of 3, I'll ask you to make a face. Okay, I'll ask you to make a face. Hi, Vicky. Oh, so nice to see you here. Make a face that reflects how you generally feel about tech tools. Okay, so on the count of 3, make a face that reflects in general, like I'm sure it changes day to day, but in general, hi, Ian. Hi, Angeliki. Make a face that represents how you feel about tech tools. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see those faces. Okay, so I see some I see some downturned faces. I see some smiles. I see like a thumbs up. Okay, this is great. So we have lots of diversity. Okay, any other faces? Okay, lovely. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. It's so nice sometimes, right, to see the face behind the screen there. Let me just bring us back to the presentation here. Just give me 2 secs. Okay. And know that however you feel about tech tools is totally fine. There's no judgment. I know we'll have some people in the group who are like, bring it on. Love them, the more the better. I could dive into them all day. And some are like, okay, can't even, it's just scary to be here today. Oh, and someone asked me, so I said tech tool. So how do you feel about tech? Sorry if I mispronounced that. I think someone thought I was saying maybe tacos. So yeah, so however you're feeling about tech tools is totally fine. Hi, Caroline. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is our plan for today. I really want to help you identify and prioritize your pain points when it comes to things that tech can help you with, because I really want you to be in the driver's seat. You can create your own tech map. We've got a 4-point super easy peasy tool for success. Nancy's just coming in, and then we'll spend the bulk of our time exploring a bunch of different tech tools that all relate to different pain points. So that's my goal, is for you to identify your priorities, things that you really need some support around, and then match that to tech tools. So we'll spend most of our time playing around with tech. Okay, does that sound good? Are you ready to dive in? Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good. Let me know. Okay, I can see a couple of thumbs up. Okay, great. And by the way, just before we dive in, hey, Elodie, so nice to see you here.
Talk about technology. I could not log in. Thank you.
You're here. You made it. You made it. Yay, 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 yay. So, 5. Actually, on the count of three, why doesn't everyone unmute and just say hello? You can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, in whatever language you wish. So please feel free to unmute, everyone. Unmute, unmute, mute. And here we go.
Morning.
Bonjour.
Morning.
Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
nice.
Afternoon.
Sorry.
So I think I heard
Habari.
Spanish, French, English, Swahili. Nice. Okay. Hi. Okay, so feel free to mute again. Thank you. And I think I mostly heard good mornings too. So I know the time zones are hard. I switch the roundtables every second month, or every other month rather, between 10 a.m. East Africa time, which is what we're doing now. So it's friendly for Europe and Africa. And then it's 5 p.m. every other second. So it's friendly for the Americas. Okay, so Einstein. You may or may not remember Einstein's theory of relativity. Don't let your blood pressure go up. There's no math involved here. Pardon me. So I'm rewriting Einstein's, sorry, pardon me, I've got a frog. Pardon me. I've rewritten Einstein's theory of relativity. So instead of E equals mc squared, we're going to work with m plus c equals e squared. And this is a tool, I'll give you the link in just a second, to really help you. Like, let me know in the chat, has anyone ever had a friend or a colleague suggest a tech tool to you and you took the time out to try it and you thought, what's the big deal? I don't like this tool at all. Has that happened to anyone? Someone's recommended a tech tool. Now we're saying yes a lot. Elodie many times. Yeah. So that's a case of the tool driving you, right? The tool is not necessarily meeting your need, or it's too hard or too simple, or it's just you're not in the driver's seat. So this is a way to make sure that the tech tools are serving you instead of the other way around. So how do we do this? I've given you in just a second. And by the way, if your future self is watching this, all of the resources will be in the video. That's for members. And also all the resources will be in the workbook, which I give to members. So you can download this worksheet when it works for you. And essentially you'll see a bunch of columns. And the idea here, I've given you some cues. Hi, Katerina, welcome. So glad you're here. I've given you some examples, and then there's some blank space at the bottom for you to fill in. And the idea here, remember that M stands for matters. So when you read this example, how much does that issue matter to you? How important is that to you? And then the C stands for constant. So how consistently or how frequently is that an issue for you? Sobaya is saying the letters are not clear. Sobaya, help me understand. Do you mean on the sheet?
Hello. Actually, the second slide that you have go through, it was like the letters are over each other, so it was not clear.
Oh, okay. So I'll explain it just now. So again, the M stands for matters. How important is that to you? And then the C stands for constant, or how consistently, how frequently do you have that issue? So let's do an example. Okay, so think about, we'll just do one here, and then I'll leave the rest for you to do on your own time. So think about your time management. So on a scale of 0 to 2, where 0 is not at all, 1 is so-so, and 2 is it's really an issue. Put your number in the chat. So when you think about time management, so for me, I've done ton of research on managing my time. So for me, managing my time is really not too much of an issue. So, oops. So I'd put a weird 0 there, and let me just erase that, do a better job. Okay, so for me, because I've really done a lot of work on this, it's not really an issue. So for me in that column, why is it not tracking now? Hang on. So some people are putting 1.5. I like that. Nice. Okay, so you get the idea, right? To put a 0 there. And then you'd put the second number would be how frequently, how constantly is time management an issue for you? And I'd maybe put a 1 there for me as an example. Okay. And then the next step is that you add those two numbers up and you get your total. Okay. So you would add the 0 in this case and the 1, and you'd get a total of 1. So once you go through this sheet, you get it's like a beacon or a pointer or a highlighter. Anything that you, for example, this one is about contacts. So I'm just going to put an example here. If this was really, really, really important to me, and this was an issue all the time, I might put 2 and 2 there. So that's the maximum score you can get. It's 4. So anything that you get a high score on, a 3 or a 4, that's pointing towards areas that tech tools can potentially help you. So let me know in the chat, does that make sense? I'll just clear this off again. So as you're thinking about that, you can download this sheet, you can do this on your own time, and hopefully it'll also be a probe for you to think about other issues, because there are just some examples on here. There might not, your issues might not be on here. So the M stands for matters. How important is that to you? The C is constant, like how frequently is that happening? And then anything you get a 4 or even a 3, those are the areas to focus on for E squared, which is ease and efficiency. Those are the priority areas for you, customized for you, that to search for tech tools for those pain points. Okay, Elodie's saying it's clear. Okay, any other questions before we move on from Einstein? And that link, you can use that link. You can share it, that worksheet. You can use it as many times as you wish. Okay, so Peasy, it's clear. Okay, great. Okay, so then in the, for those that RSVP'd, I sent you an email with some things that you could do ahead of time if you wanted. And one of the things I asked you, or I offered for you, is to think about mapping your tech. So I've been on this journey for years now, and I found this makes such a huge difference. So I'll share with you my tech map, and then if this resonates for you, feel free to do this yourself. So this research comes from Tiago Forte. Has anyone heard of him? Has anyone read his book, Second Brain? I'll put that in the, I'll just make a note here. I'll put that in the resources that I send to the members. Such a great book. He's like a productivity expert. And by the way, I don't really like that notion of productivity. It sounds like, you know, you've got to put your nose to the grindstone and work, and no breaks. Like productivity is also about getting things done, of course, but also having more free time, right? Time to rest and recuperate and relax and etc. So if you haven't checked out Tiago's book, Second Brain, it's really quite good. And I love this advice. Start with something simple. So when you're looking for a new tech tool, start with something simple, a simple tool, and then wait till it breaks. So in other words, wait till it doesn't have a feature that you need. Like, I think that's really great advice. Maybe even great advice for life too. So this is a mix. Someone's having some protests around them. You're welcome back when it's safe for you. And yeah, please stay safe. Yeah. Someone DM me. So I I'm going to give you some examples and then the features that I was looking for. And then in the next slide, I'll show you the tools that I'm currently using. And by the way, I look for tools that I need. I look for tools that have the features that I'm looking for and tools that I trust. In other words, if I'm going to put the time into these tools, they're ones that I trust. So for all of my client notes, when I interview clients, when we have discovery calls, I had like years, like decades and decades of recipes. Like I needed a place to curate all of that information. And I wanted to be able to format that information. I wanted to be able to tag it so I could pull up, I could sort all the information, and I also wanted to share it. So I'll share with you in a minute what tool I use for that. Oh, Niall, did you have I can see you're unmuted. Do you have a question or a comment? Niall?
No.
Okay, I can see you're unmuted. So nice to have you here. Also for groceries, for packing lists, I know there's many UN staff on the call and people move around globally, and I have many packing lists for going on safari, for international trips, for local, it just really helps me get and stay organized. For that, this tool, I have nested lists. So those are lists that I can roll up or unfurl. These are lists that sync, on my laptop to my phone. I also needed tools to do checklists. So getting this roundtable done every month has 100 steps to it. So I have a tool for that, and I can check off those steps with my team. I know what my team is doing, what I need to do. So easy. Same thing with my SOPs. All the tasks for my team, my virtual assistant, like who's doing what, where are we in the process of this task? Who's doing it? When is the deadline? Where are the resources that are needed? So I needed a tool for that. Same thing with annual tasks. All of my instructional design ideas, all of these learning activities, my blog schedule, I needed tools for that. Birthdays and bills, right? Whose birthday is it? When are bills due? When do credit cards expire? All those kinds of things. All my Zoom calls, all my trainings, all my gigs, and then all of my learning, all of my professional and personal learning. So these are some of the pain points that I had. Let me know in the chat, do any of these resonate with you, or do you have some other issues that you're looking for tech tools to help you with? So these are some example pain points or needs or uses that I had for tech tools and some of the features I was looking for. Do any of these resonate for you? Task manager. Oh, that's such a big one, Elodie. Yeah, if you get a good task management tool, that's so important. And potentially a task management and a CRM, those are two tools that I think are particularly important to get the right number of features. Some of the tools are super, super complicated, and that's great because you need a ton of features. But for other people, they'd be way, way too complicated and just give you multiple migraines. Someone DM'd me saying they use mind maps to plan their day and errands. That's great. So some people like linear checklist steps. Others are more like free-flowing design. That's great. So by saying annual tasks, yes, that's a fabulous one. And for mine, I just redo them because some of them are repeating. So every year it just rolls over. And I also have it for tracking in this particular tool, which I'll share with you in a minute. There's a little feature that I've turned on when I accomplish something. There's little confetti that kind of explodes, and it's like, oh, feel good. Just take a moment to celebrate. Elodie's saying a CRM. Someone will know in the group. Client relation management. Someone in the group will know. What does CRM stand for? It's basically how you manage your client, participant, leads, like all of their information. Niver, in this particular case, it's not corporate risk management, but I love that. Yeah, it's a tool. Yeah, customer relations management. Thank you, Charity. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's such a, if you get that one right, it's great. Okay, so here are some example tools. So I just wanted to kind of show you my map. And please know that some of these tools could work for you and some of these tools would be too hard or too simple for you. So for my recipes, all my client notes, those go into Evernote, right? Free tool, very robust, you can do a lot with Evernote. Victoria's asking, is it being recorded? It is being recorded, and all members get the recording, the audio recording and the visual, video recording. You do need to be a member though to get that. So does anyone use Evernote? Let me know in the chat. A little harder it's the more features it has, it's a little harder to use. But if you need those features, it's fabulous. For groceries, packing, I use Workflowy. Oh, I'm a little bit obsessed with Workflowy. Again, let me know in the chat. Does anyone use Evernote or Workflowy? By the way, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I just want to give you a very quick intro to what I use, and then we'll get into some very specific tools and demos shortly. For checklists, for all my standard operating procedures, those are all in Google Docs and Google Sheets. Fabulous tools. Ida uses Evernote templates to track your reading books. Lovely. That's great. Love that. Love that. Elodie, I use Trello as my task management, my project management tool. I've tried several of them, and again, it's really important that it fits your needs. For me and my team, it's just made a remarkable difference. So all my annual tasks are in there, and all of my team has access to a particular board. So we know exactly what are the things I have to review, what are they working on, the status of all the tasks, when everything's due. So nice. I use the notes feature on my iPhone. I'm a big Mac iPhone person, for all kind of dump my ideas in there, my blog schedule, all the summaries of the surveys that I have, how long they take. It's just so easy and fast. I have, much to my kids' embarrassment, and Elodie knows this, I'm a huge fan of Siri. So Siri, remind me in 1 week to check out the new course on learning, right? So that will automatically go into my reminders on my smartphone. Google Calendar, I use a ton. I put notes in there for meetings. It syncs with Zoom. So if I'm creating a meeting with someone that's on Zoom, I don't have to leave the platform. I just click and it'll automatically create that call. And then Kindle, for some of my professional and personal reading, I use a Kindle, which is great because anything I highlight and make notes on, it's really easy to find that information later. So I do a blog post once a year on all of the professional development reading that I've done. So it's so fast and easy to go into Kindle and look at all those notes. Anyone else? Any of those tools are you currently using? Welcome, Penny. Thanks for joining us. Any tools there that are familiar to you, or any of those pain points or tasks that you use a different tool for? Anyone there? So Yule is saying, I'm using any list of shopping and packing lists. Okay, great. Elodie's saying, Leanne speaks to Siri all the time. I've started doing the same. Notes is fabulous on iPhones. Yes, it's a very embarrassing well, my kids don't live with me now, but it's fantastic. Yeah. Sabaya uses notes, reminders, and Google Cal. Yeah. Julia, LastPass is great. Oh, I don't know, because Kaspersky. Okay. Yeah, LastPass, if you need to save passwords, I don't know if Kaspersky does this as well. LastPass, I share all of very sensitive information with my team without sharing the password. So they can have access to very sensitive data, my website, for example, but they don't actually know the password. It's very cool. And it's free, easy. Oh, bullet journals, nice for upcoming tasks. Yeah, that's really exploded in the last couple of years, Julia. Nice. Okay, so do you want to dive into, are you ready to dive into some ways to help you with tech, and then we'll get to the actual tools? Can I get a thumbs up if you're ready? Oh, and Paulina, hey, Paulina, focus to do for task management and focus timer, nice, based on the Pomodoro technique. Do you want to let us know in the chat, Paulina, for those who may not know Pomodoro, what that is? Those are great tools. Okay, got a thumbs up there. Okay, anyone else? Are you ready to proceed? You know there. Okay, great, nice. Okay, so we're going to do a 4-point plan to really make sure that you stay in that driver's seat, and then we'll dive into the tools. And in there, we'll have a break too. Okay, so if you are sometimes finding yourself overwhelmed, frustrated, annoyed, maybe embarrassed about tech tools, know that you are not alone, right? 80% of people, welcome Martin, thanks for coming. 80% of people experience at least one technology-related frustration every single day. Right? That's huge, 80%, 8 out of 10 people. And 30%, so 30%, 1 out of 3, experience 5 or more tech frustrations every day, right? So that's a whole lot of frustration, overwhelm, wasted time, embarrassment, etc. So here are some kind of broad suggestions for you to keep in mind before we dive into some of the tools themselves. These are ways to really make sure that they're fitting your needs. Oh, and Niall said using MS Teams, Outlook Calendar, and good old writing task lists need to update. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned that, Niall. I just wrote a blog post on this, actually. Some of us will be digital immigrants, and some of us will be digital natives, meaning some of us grew up with technology, and some of us can remember sending their very first fax machine, and that was like amazing, right? So I'm a digital immigrant. And if pen and paper is working for you, please try to resist the temptation of the pressure to switch to some tech tool, right? So only use the tools that you really have a need for. There's definitely pros and cons to pen and paper and online, but yeah, make sure that they're ones that fit you. Oh, you write them on the iPad. Nice. I love that. That's good. So you're combining things. That's great. Okay, so think about this as a way to translate. So I'm going to share a whole ton of tools with you that are meant to address very specific issues, specific pain points. I really encourage you to translate them into your world. So one way to do that is make sure that you get and stay in the driver's seat, right? So you figure out, using that Einstein sheet, what matters to you and is consistently happening. Is pointing the beacon, right, to areas that tech may be able to help you with. Also translate in terms of what I call toe, dip, and dive. So in general, at this moment in time, you may not have a lot of brain power, a lot of time, a lot of energy, because you're human and there's lots going on, right? Maybe you're in a particularly busy time right now. So that may mean that you just want to put a toe in, right? Try something, maybe just one tool from today that's really, really simple. Or maybe your life, your work life, your personal life right now is such that you can take a dip, right? You can like, oh, I'm going to try a few of these tools, and maybe some tools that are a little bit harder that have a few more features to them. Or maybe in this moment of time, you are able to dive in, like you have time to play around with a number of tools that are more complicated and have even more features. So make sure, give yourself grace, make sure that this is fitting you in terms of how your life is going at the moment. Okay, so we've got number one, get and stay in the driver's seat. You're in control of this for the most part. I know, work definitely have some things to say about this. And Mary's just coming in. And then think about your toe dip and dive, right? And give yourself grace. Hi, Mary, welcome, welcome. And then think about translating in terms of the difference between the tool and the pain point. So we want to start with the pain point or the need or the issue. That should drive the use of the tool versus the other way around, right? So we want to match the tool to your needs. And then finally, in terms of translation, overall, you may wish to find out your tech personality. So the toe dip and dive is changeable depending on what's happening in your life. But I put this link in the survey, or future you is watching this, all the resources will be down below the video. I've made up this fun little short survey, and you can discover if you're an armadillo, a duck, a turtle, or a dolphin when it comes to tech. And it's based on the trans theoretical model of change. So if any of you know that, I love that model, that theory of change. So again, the tech personality is a little bit more lasting over time. The toe dip or dive is in this moment in your life, what's happening. Okay, how are you doing? Put an emoji in the chat for how you're feeling, what you're thinking about. How are you doing? Just before we're just about to dive into some of the actual tools, but I just want to take a temperature test. Nice, thank you, Elodie. Thank you, Wenmin. Thank you, Savaya. Nice. And again, if I'm mispronouncing anyone's name, thanks, Penny. Nice. Okay, good. Because I hope this doesn't sound too syrupy, but I really do take my hat off to you. Dealing with tech can be, well, tell you the story. This person shall completely remain anonymous, but I have this very dear friend and colleague who is the most calm, grounded, reasonable, professional person. And she once threw her computer like across the room. She was so frustrated. So, Alina, I like that emoji. So yeah, tech can really bring out the worst in us. So you're doing great. You're here and you're open to trying these tools, which is awesome. Okay, and if you, it's a great, I love these emojis. If you have any questions so far or any concerns, you can DM me or let me know in the chat. Otherwise, can I get some thumbs up? Are you ready to start playing with some tools? Let me know. That's great, Needy. So give me a thumbs up if you are ready to try some tools. Nice, okay. Okay, so here is the format. So I will give you a pain point or an issue, and then I'll very quickly describe one or two tools that deal with that pain point. Because remember, we want to have the pain point drive the tool selection, not the other way around. That's when we get people saying, hey, Alice, use this tool, it's so great. And Alice uses it and it's like, doesn't fit. And then I will actually show them to you. So I'll be a little bit quick describing them because I'm actually going to show them to you. Okay, so the first pain point is tools to manage information and note-taking, right? We have so much information and we can waste a lot of time. Like, okay, I had that meeting with Niall. He mentioned that thing, but where did I put that? And I can't find it. Okay. Or, oh, Aliyah would really love that thing that I took those notes on. I think she'd really like that. I'm not going to share it with her because I can't find it. Right. So here are a couple of tools if that is your pain point, right? And remember the translation, right? Because it's got to fit your toe dipper dive, your tech personality, etc. By the way, all the tools with the exception of one, maybe two, are all free. So Workflowy, I use this tool probably 20 times a day. And again, I'll show it to you in just a second. It keeps lists. It's fabulous at curating lists. And here is the link right here. So I'll bring us over there in a second, but if you want the link right now, there it is. And one tab. Oh, this is a relatively recent discovery of mine. Let me know right now, how many tabs do you have open on your browser? So, and there's no judgment. Speaking as the woman who has many, many, many tabs open. So how many tabs do you have open? Elodie, 20, a dozen, 4, 2, 5, 15. Okay. So one tab is a way, if you have tabs that you need to refer to frequently, it's a way of condensing them in one place, and then you click a button and poof, they all spit out. It's fabulous. And then we've mentioned this templates. So I'll give you an example of a template. Okay, I'm hoping you'll give me permission and grace. I know I went over that really quickly. Is it okay if I explain the other two types of tools for collaboration and sharing, and then saving time and productivity, and then I'll actually show you the tools? This Ida lost count. Same with Angelique. That's great. Okay, great. Okay, so again, I'll share with you these other couple of tools, and then I'll actually demo them, and then we'll take a quick break. Okay, so by the way, put a thumbs up in the chat if tools to manage info is an issue for you. Oops, Mutahar is coming in. So let me know in the chat. Is that, are you looking for tools to help you manage information, note-taking? Let me know. Welcome, Atara. Lovely to have you here. Okay, so a couple of you, yeah, that's an issue. Yeah, and there's so many tools. Like, it should absolutely, if you can take the time to test some out for you and make sure they fit, makes a massive difference. Okay, what about collaborating and sharing info online? Is that an issue for people? Let me know here, because I have some magic for you. Oh, Anna's saying it would be great to see if we can see these tools. Yes, I will show them to you in just a second. Yeah, I'm just mentioning them quickly, then I'll show all of these tools to you. So yeah, if you can just hang on for a sec, just because it takes a while for me to switch between the PowerPoint screen and the tools. So I promise you I'll demo them in just a second. So Digo, Digo allows you to share tons of information online in super simple, easy ways. And Scribe, Alex is saying, yes, look forward to your magic. I know, it feels like magic. Like I just, so great. When they work, right? When they don't work. Okay, and Scribe is an amazing tool that automatically, instantly creates how-to guides. Like, it could not be simpler. Okay, and then let me know how many of you are looking at issues of productivity, time, like saving time, productivity. Is that an issue for anyone? Because here are a couple of examples here. Hi, Susanna. Thanks for joining us. Penny saying all of them. Yeah. Okay. So a text expander. Oh, I use this 50 times a day. Like, this is a tool I use constantly. This tool is not free, but it is well worth it. A text expander, once you teach it a little short bit of a little word kind of thing, it'll expand it into what you want it to be. Your clipboard manager, that's a tool that memorizes all the things you've copied so that you don't have to keep going back and forth between documents. And then images. I won't tell anyone. People watching this video can't see the chat. So how many people, you can be honest, how many people have ever used an image that you're not sure that you were legally allowed to use? Has anyone done that? You used an image that you're not sure whether you had permission to use or not? You don't have to confess. Some of you are like, I'm not mentioning names for the video. Okay, so there are one person is like, maybe, yeah. Someone said most probably, someone's saying, yeah. Okay, so I am going to stop the share just a second. I'll change the share rather. And I will bring us to all of these tools. So just give me a half a second here. Okay, so let me know if you can see, just confirm that you're looking at workflowy. Hang on here. Come on, you. Okay, great. Okay, so I think actually I didn't share. Oh, Elodie's having a question. How do these tools to manage information not duplicate the traditional email? Oh, okay. So it depends on the purpose of the tool. I think I've given you, I've clicked on the wrong link here.
It shows UNEP we share PowerPoint deck.
Oh, sorry, I missed that
That's
one.
what we've seen on the screen.
So, sorry, Elodie, say again. Are you looking at my screen? Can you see the workflow?
Yes.
Okay.
I was saying on your screen, what we see is UNEP we share PowerPoint deck
Yes.
and workflow.
Okay, great. So let's let me just gosh, I gave you the wrong link. Okay, that's okay. We can go back to that one. Okay. Let me just, I'm going to give you a different link here. So feel free to sorry, folks, I was a little bit not organized around this. Okay, so feel free to click on that link there. And oh, someone has to leave for a few minutes. No worries, no worries. So feel free to click on this link and you should come up to this one. Okay, so Workflowy is a tool that has nested lists. So it's free, it's in the cloud, you can have it online, you can have it on your phone. And this is the beauty here. So you can have nested lists, so you can roll them up. Yeah, there's someone's coming in, right? So you can have different categories like that, and you can roll them up all the way, or you can roll them up just part way. Oh, it's a fabulously free, wonderful, wonderful tool. I keep grocery lists on here, packing lists, tons and tons and tons. So I would love for you to try it out, and feel free to put June's roundtable topic is planned, and then we'll break for 2 months, and then we have the fall one. So if you have topics that you would like to see, please put them in this list. Okay, it's 10:02. Folks, do you want to take a quick break right now, and then we'll come back and do the rest of the tools? Let me know. Are you ready for a break? Quick break? Okay, I can see a couple people. Okay, great. Okay, so why don't we take, let's take like 7 minutes or so, kind of halfway between 5 and 10. So we'll see you back in 7 minutes. I'll put my timer on, and I can see there's a question here. Oh, Penny, so great question. So Niall has to leave. Thanks for showing up when you could, Niall. Thank you. So Penny, if you go into the little thing beside the list, you can see there is a share comment here. And then this allows me to, just like Google, I can give people, I can make it totally private, so it's not shared. I can share it, but people can't edit it, or I can share it and people can just view it. So it's up to you. You have the choice of what you're doing there. Okay, Yulia, nice to have had you here. Okay, so we'll see you back in 6 minutes now. I will pause the recording and have a good stretch. Hi everyone, welcome back from break. I hope you got a chance to stretch or take a tea or etc. I just shared this QR code on the break, and also I'll put the link in the chat. This is how you become a member of the Roundtable. So that's how you get all the resources, the audio recording, the video recording, the workbook, all the links, etc. And you can either scan that QR code or you can just click on the link. So RSVPing for a meeting is different than becoming a member. If you're a member, you get all those resources and you get the invitations and you get access to 10 years of Roundtable resources. So feel free to join if you haven't already. And know that at the end of today, I'll give you a feedback survey. It asks you for feedback on today's workshop, as well as ideas for other topics, what you want to see next month, etc. And then I always, for the people who very kindly give me your feedback, I always pick a winner to win the Band Boring online meeting course. So I'll announce who that winner is from last month's resources at the end of today. So let me just click back over to our tools here. And oops, oh, hang on, that's the wrong share. Let me know in the chat, are there any particular tools that you are keen to try out that we went over before the break? Let me know in the chat. Are there any tools you're like, oh, I want to try that one? Okay, so we've gone over Workflowy, and again, this is a free tool. Here's the link again in the chat. Please put your ideas for future roundtable topics. One tab, Digo and images. Nice, Penny. Good for you. Okay, speaking of those, here is one tab. I'm going to show you and do some, like, it will really seem like magic. This is exactly what it says here. If you have a ton of tabs, you can just click one button and then return to them later on. This is an extension for Chrome. So if you don't use Chrome, you can find the same tool in another for a format that works for you. And I'll demonstrate one tab later on. Okay, then, there we go. I mentioned about templates as a way to share information, curate information. So every time I take a workshop, I use this template. So it's super simple. I bring it up, I copy it, and then I put all my learning in there. So it's just fabulous, a really easy way. I put my action items, any resources, how do I connect to that speaker or that workshop or that book or etc. So feel free to copy, if this speaks to you, feel free to copy this resource and then use it for yourself. Okay, here's some really great magic. It feels like magic to me. This is Digo. Okay, and again, let me know in the chat if you have comments, questions. Happy to entertain those. So Digo is a social bookmarking site. So how many people, give me a thumbs up if you bookmark things on your browser? Do you bookmark URLs on your browser? Does anyone do that? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so some of you do, yeah, and you lose them. Okay, so this is taking that to a whole other stratospheric level. So you can use Digo in a couple of ways. So you can come into someone else's account. So in the chat, I shared my account, and you'll see here are a whole bunch of things that I've tagged. So someone in the chat, pick one of these tags. So tools, productivity, ICTs, video, learning and development. So someone pick one and put it in the chat. What are you interested in? And you can see, like, I have many, many more, but these are the top ones. Is there a topic here that you're interested in? Productivity. Okay, so ta-da, when I click on productivity, what happens is all of the things that I have tagged with productivity comes up, right? And then what also happens is you get a URL that is specific to that. So I've just put that in the chat. And this is in real time. So if I just tagged a bunch of resources with productivity, and if I shared that link with you, you would see them if you clicked on that link. So this is a great way if you're doing an event, a conference, if you're doing research, fabulous way. So you can either go into someone else's account or you can create your own account. So I know it's, so basically when you have, I've got my screen a little bit smaller so it's not showing up there. So can you see this little yellow or little blue dot here? That's the Digo app or whatever you call it. So when I click on this, this is how you bookmark something. So when it has a red dot, it means it's already bookmarked. So I click on here, and what happens is it will automatically give me a title, which I can change if I want. And here are the tags. So you can put your tags there. Here's a hot tip. If you've highlighted something on the page that you're bookmarking, that highlighted text will automatically be copied into the description. And for some of you, you may wish to click this private link. If you click the private box, it means if you come into my account, if I've given you a link, which I have, you won't see any things that I've clicked private. Okay, does that deserve an ooh and an ah? What do you think? So unmute, 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 unmute. So feel free to unmute everyone. And if you think Digo deserves it, give me an ooh, ah. What do you think?
Ooh,
Oh, ah.
Scary.
Very. It's pretty cool, right? And it's so simple. It's so simple. Okay. So let me continue with some of these other tools here. I want to be mindful of our time. Okay, here's Scribe. Oh, so great. So if you, so Needy saying signed in now, dig in the tool. I know it's so great. It's so great. It really helps future you. Like, where did that thing? I have it in Digo. The only thing is you have to make sure your tags are ones that you're going to remember later, right? If you tag something tree and later on you go to search for bush, you know, you won't find that tag. So make sure your tags are good. Okay, Scribe. If you have a process online that has different clicks, like there's something that you need to teach someone, you get a free account in Scribe, and you do your regular clicking around, think da 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 da, and then you click a button, and it will create a how-to manual for you, like that. So the tool itself is called Scribe. So Scribe how.com. I'll put this in the chat. And then if you want more information on it, This is a blog post that I wrote with an example. Hi, Alice. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, it's amazing. So anything that's clickable online, including in different tabs. Some tools do the same how-to guide, but you have to stay in the same URL. This one you can go different places. It's amazing, free. Okay. This one is, so this is the text expander. So I don't know why it's saying I'm signed out. So a text expander is, it's not letting me do this because it's, darn it. How can I quickly sign back in again? Darn it. Hang on, I'll do this. Just give a little, just give me a second here as I don't know why it signed me up. I should be back in. So remember there we go. A text expander, once you teach it, like a shortened version of something, it will spit it out. So when I type I ho and I hit enter, I hope this finds you well. When I type TU and press enter, it says thank you in advance for your reply. I appreciate it. When I type CH and enter, cheers, stay well, stay safe, stay creative. 99.9% of my emails start with I hope this finds you well and ends with thank you in advance for your reply. I appreciate it. Cheers, stay well, stay safe, stay creative. On LinkedIn, I want to be, Mary has to leave. Have a great rest of your day, Mary. Thank you for your time. On LinkedIn, I want to be of service. So if someone requests to connect with me, I want to be of service, but I don't want it to take a long time. So when I type LinkedIn TB and hit enter, ta-da, it spits out all this information, right? Much nicer formatted in LinkedIn. And you can also do URLs. So my URL is a little bit long. So when I type RPS URL, it spits that out. And it also does images. So when I type thank the letter Q, it spits that out. So fabulous tool for what we call boilerplate text. Boilerplate text is text that you type over and over and over. And text expanders work in Excel, Word, WordPress, email, anywhere at all online, it works. So fabulous, fabulous tool. I'm going to go on to the next one. If you need to do some research, someone in the chat put a topic that we could research. You want to see some information about. So give me a topic in the chat, any topic at all. Diversity, inclusion, great one. Okay, so we hit diversity and inclusion. We hit enter. Are you ready for the magic? We hit enter. And what happens is all of this good stuff comes up. Oops. I got this new mouse, which is ergonomic, but it's, I'm kind of learning how to use the mouse all over again. So it gives you all of these different columns, which is like a Kanban system. So you get YouTube videos, you get images. Penny, this is Swirl. So it's called swirl.com. Great way to start doing some research. I'll put the link in the chat. And another way is something called Answer the Public. So I'll put this link in the chat. And again, all these links will be curated for the members in one place. So we'll use diversity and inclusion. Then you can pick the country you want and the language, and you click search. This is Neil Patel's work. He's a big SEO guy. And what happens is it gives you this cool, actually there's not, that's interesting. So there's not, people are not asking questions about diversity and inclusion. Let's go to...
Diversity is misspelled.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Diversity, maybe that's why diversity and inclusion. There we go. Thank you for telling me. Oh, come on, you don't be difficult. Actually, let's go back because it did pull up some stuff here. So it'll give you a kind of an infographic type thing on different questions that people are asking about that topic. And then if you scroll down a little further, you can see even more information, and you can have it in a visualization mode or in data mode. Right? So it's a really great way to see what are people talking about, you know, that particular topic. Okay, let's go on to here. So actually, that's our next topic. So I'm going to go back to our PowerPoint here. I want to share some more tools with you, but let me know in the chat, any questions so far? How are you doing? Is your head exploding? Are you okay? Which of the tools is really speaking to you? Are you like, oof, I want to try that one? Or are you like, are you totally overwhelmed and like, I can't even think, Leanne? Okay, so someone DM'd me the swirl. Yeah. Yes, Penny, yes. This, you'll definitely need some time to explore them. And also, again, make sure that that the tool fits your needs, right? So it might be a really, really cool tool, but if it doesn't fit your needs, then it may not be worth your time. Julia, awestruck, but swirl is cool. Okay, Elodie's head is that burning? I can't see. Okay. Yeah, remember those 4 points, right? Stay in the driver's seat, you know, translate them into your own needs, things that, you know, will help you in your life where you're at, your toe dip or dive, etc. Okay, are you ready for some other tools? What do you think? Can I get a thumbs up if you're ready for some new tools? Okay, so thanks, Alex. Okay, great. Okay, so here are some other tools. So remember, before the break, we talked about these 3 pain points. So tools for managing information and note-taking, tools for collaborating and sharing, and tools for saving time and productivity. Here are a bunch more. And I'm just sharing the tip of the iceberg. I have at least 10 tools for each of these topics. So some other pain points. Oh, someone has to head off. Thank you for showing up. So some tools for research I'll share, managing email, tools for learning, tools for work-life balance and mental health, and tools for being of service. Yes, Penny, at the very end, I'm going to do some kind of magic with one tab. Absolutely. Oh, Raymond, I'll also go over the images too. Yes. Yeah, Penny saying goody. Yeah. Okay, so tools for research. I actually just showed you these. I got ahead of myself. So if you're, especially if you're just starting a topic, swirl and answer the public. Oh, so simple. Like you cannot get, well, unless you spell the word wrong like I did. That was on purpose. You know, you can't go wrong with those tools. They're so simple. Tools for managing email. Has anyone used Boomerang? This is a tool I use, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 times a day. Amazing, amazing. I will demonstrate it in a minute. And also Unroll Me. Unroll Me is a free tool to help you unsubscribe from emails that you don't want. Again, I'm just going to go over these real quick and then I'll show them to you. Tools for learning. Of course, the roundtable, right? You're here. I'm so grateful. And Headway. Headway is a new app that I've discovered. Fabulous. The user interface is a little bit confusing. You can very easily sign up and pay for it by mistake, so be a little bit careful. But basically, you can get books summarized for you in written form, popular books, or in audio form. It's amazing. It's an amazing tool. I know I'm going fast. I will show you all these tools in just a second. Tools for work-life balance and mental health. Wobot is a fabulous one. I'll show you in a minute. It uses AI, do nothing for 2 minutes, and funny videos. And saying tools for certified training courses. I'm not sure what you mean, Anne. So if you want to take courses where you get UN certification, so the UN certifies the roundtable, so it counts towards your mandated training. All UN staff have a LinkedIn Learning account, so I believe that counts towards your training. Let me know if that answered your question. Okay, and then tools for being of service. Be My Eyes, Volunteer Match, and I Paid a Bribe. I'm going to show you these in just a second. Tools for free certified training courses. Oh, so LinkedIn Learning, those are all free. The roundtable's free. Yeah, there's tons. edX, Udemy. Yeah, you just need to search around for your topic for sure. Okay, and then a couple more bonus tools for fun and magic time. So tools for fun, collaborative storytelling is a really great one. Wheel of Names and laughter tape. So let me show you these here. I'm just going to switch the screen. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you can see my screen okay. You should be able to see my Gmail account. Anne saying, please share here in the chat the links tools for, so Anne, yeah, so Udemy, edX, LinkedIn Learning are 3 of them. Yeah, so just make a note of those. Okay, great. So Boomerang. Boomerang is an amazing tool. Basically, when you email someone, it will return that email into your inbox at a date that you set, at a time that you set, with a note that you set if you wish, if they have not responded. So let's just pretend that I'm waiting for Alice to get back to me about editing a report. So, and this tool does cost money. So this one and the Type It For Me does cost money. So I can say, I want this to return with, did Alice edit chapter 4? So that's my note. And then I click. So if she doesn't get back to me, this won't come back if she does get back to me, but let's have it boomerang tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, it will come back in. So it is fantastic, fantastic tool. Carmela saying a tool for dictation. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Text to voice. You can use your phone. You can use most email programs. There's tons of those. Penny, writing meeting minutes. So I guess, well, you can turn on in Zoom. I don't know if Teams, there's apps that can do that for you. So you might wish to research that. When can this be used in Outlook? If you're referring to Boomerang, yes, there is a version in Outlook. Yes, there is. Great question. Okay. Yeah, voice to text, Carmilla. Yeah, so your phone, yeah, you have it on your phone, most likely. Gmail has it, Outlook has it. There's so many of those apps. You just Google, there's so many of them, tons of them. You're welcome, Wenman. Okay, Wobot. This is, and I know there's different cultural relations to or perspectives on counseling, but this is a remarkable app. I'll give you the link here in the chat. It uses AI and can do some mental health checkups, check-in. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it's not a perfect substitute for a real live counselor, but if you need some support, it's amazing. Anna's saying one can also get various minute templates on Google. Yes, Anna. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, people can search for templates. Okay, also under well-being and work-life balance, this is a fun This is a fun one. Do nothing for 2 minutes. So you can listen to the sound of waves and it knows if you've touched your mouse. So it's just a really nice way to kind of relax. It's a fun, easy one. Again, all free. Again, under the work-life balance, mental health, I keep a YouTube list of funny videos. So there's, what are there now? 212 videos in here. So you can take a look at that if that calls to you and tickles your funny bone. And then Be My Eyes. Oh, this is such a great app. You can get this on your phone. So if you're, this is under being of service. And this is for people who have a visual impairment. And if you leave this app open, someone can call you and they know your time zone, so you're not going to get called in the middle of the night for assistance. And there's so many more sighted people than people with visual impairments. So if you don't answer it instantly, it goes to someone else. But I've helped someone moving into their university dorm in Nairobi. They wanted me to describe the room. They just held their phone up. And I'm like, okay, you know, or someone lost their earring and I could see it on their phone. I'm like, okay, a little to the left, right. Like it's just, I get chills. It's so great. Such a great app. Also under Be of Service, volunteer match. So if you're looking, if you have some time and you're wanting to be matched for volunteer opportunity, you can look at that one. And then there's this one here. Oh, let me just share. Did I share Be My Eyes? I didn't share that one. So Be My Eyes is here. And the volunteer one is here. And this next one usually causes some, people have different opinions about this, but it tracks where if you want to, if you've been asked to pay a bribe, it tracks where people have been asked to pay a bribe. And I know I did this in a workshop before and like, someone's like, I don't want to do this because maybe they'll know I paid it, you know, they asked, then it'll get me in more trouble. So, but just as a way of sharing that. Okay, someone mentioned about images. I don't know where did that, oh. Okay, so this is a fantastic one. So you just go into a Google Doc and you go insert image, and here's the magic, search the web. And what will happen is, I'm just going to put dog. So all these pictures come up, and here's the kicker. You can use these pictures. They are, you're not going to get in trouble for using an image that's not licensed to be used. And another great tool for that is Unsplash. I use this all the time for my blog pictures. So I'll put that link in there too. Okay, we're just about at the end of our time. So are you ready for the magic of one tab? Give me a thumbs up as I show you the magic of one tab, and then we'll close for today. Okay, so do you remember one tab is this tool that brings all of your tabs together? It collapses them. So you can see I've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 here. So all I do once I've installed it, here's the magic. Okay, so I click this button and there they are. Oops, hang on here. There they are. So let me know, can you see this where they put them? Let me know in the chat. Maybe it's, I think I have to share a different screen. There we go. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see this now. So you can see that, and just can you see them now? So these 17 tabs, and then I can click here and I can name these tabs. So tech tools, roundtable, tabs, whatever they are. And then later on, you can click restore all, or this is so cool, and this will be in the workbook. You click share as a web page, and what happens is it gives you a QR code and it gives you a URL with all of those tabs. So simple. Can't get any simpler than that. Okay, I want to be respectful of your time here. So let me bring you back as we close for today. Okay. So you've done a lot of work, my friends. We did all of these things here. Hopefully, you got a sense of ooh and ah. Hopefully you got at least 1 or 2 tools that you could see yourself trying out that fits a pain point of yours, right? That's something that really, really helps you. I want to leave you with one other option when we formally close. After we formally close, I have been many years ago, I had a laugh track and I am recreating this. Oh, someone's saying they're too old. Never too old. Are you kidding? I'm 57. So yeah. So I'd love to record you laughing, and I can tell you more about that after we officially close, because we're going to use this for the rewards and recognition and celebration roundtable next month. So take some action, take that tech personality survey, create, figure out your own tech, pain points, and then match it to some tools, and then just jump in and play. Again, I get this question all the time. You do need to be a member to get all these resources. So here again is the link, and please help us grow. Please share the link with someone else. Our next session is in June, and it's going to be on rewards and recognition, as I mentioned, because it's our 100th roundtable. It's our 100th roundtable. So I've put all the upcoming meetings there, the times, information about next session. And I really want to thank you for your input. The winner that I drew from last month was Prabhu. So they win a new Ban Boring online meetings course. If you want more information on that course, the link is here in the chat. And also please take a moment to give me some feedback. I'd love to hear what you want to have in next month's roundtable and how you found this one. And in closing, again, just the members get those resources. If you are a UN staff and you want to get credit, you want this to be recognized for your UN training, make sure you sign the attendance sheet, which is there. Mark your calendars for our next one. The video is timestamped, so you can just quickly zoom ahead to the part that you want. You get a workbook, PowerPoint, audio, video recording, etc. And then finally, please feel free to reach out if I can be a further support around team building, tech tools, or training of trainers. So thank you, everyone. I really, really appreciate your time. I hope to see you next month. And if you have a second to hang around for the laughter tape, please do that.